everyone, Toad69500 here, and today we're doing more Railroads Online. This is the third time I've said this intro. The third time's the charm, as they say. Because, well, episode 3 apparently does not want to exist. So, as you may know, with episode 2 at the end, there was a weird clip at the end, and if you've read the description, you know why. Because the original outro for episode 2, the footage got lost because of storage issues. And I also lost the original episode 3 because of WoW, except for the outro for episode 3. So I put the outro for episode behind episode 2. Now I just recorded episode 3, but I realized my software is not screaming at me that I'm over my 10 minutes, and long can only mean one thing, and that it's broken. It was in now, fingers crossed, we should be fine. Right, today on Railroads Online, the audio is very broken, which I have learned that this is also recording. I don't know why that happens, but it's a bug that's known of. I don't know, but it's fixed. But yeah, we're just gonna do a solo logging run with Egg. I mean, it's been the third time since I've done this, so what time of day? Also, we are moving slow. Yeah, why are you so slow? Oh. There's your reason. Oops, forgot to fire engine. Well, that's a problem. Yeah, definitely want to brake so we don't go rolling down. But yeah, I guess go and repeat everything that you've missed in, well, the first 2 takes. So basically, and there is lore to my fictional company that I've come up with, at least for the start. I'll develop as the series goes on. So let me go and start with the lore, because that I'm ripping off other people's... alright, so, we are the ENTR, standing for NT Road. We were with Egg, which we bought from Porter. Or ordered from Porter. The thing is, Egg took quite some time to arrive. And because we needed the railroad to be built, we bought another from some other railroad. Because Betsy had been passed on from railroad to railroad to railroad, being a reference to how it's everybody's starter locomotive. She was already worn out when we bought her, and we used her to build the railroad, and then they ran along with Egg until Zuma. Then, depending how the events unfold, we either sell it to the lumber mill as a shunting locomotive, as they become big and have a massive shunting yard. This never happens, or not to the extent that they were hoping for, and they get bought, and Betsy gets bought by the Spring Hills Railroad Company. And they are our competition, because I thought, I want to have my own trains, I want to also do my own thing there, so 2 railroads it is. And we'll work together, some headers and stuff, but we can also hate each other's guts, because we're competition, we're dominance in the Pine Valley. Of course, when passengers come, I'm gonna be mostly focusing on work while he'll do more of the heavy freight business. But there are no passengers, so we are purely competing for freight. And now Egg needs to struggle up the hill. Whoosh. Whoosh. But yeah, that's really been done before, at least not in any series, of 2 companies competing, players competing in different companies in Railroads Online. Usually it's all co-op, which of course is fine, as and is kind of what this game is built around, but it would be interesting to see how well that would work. Multiple companies fighting for dominance over one area. So yeah, there you go. That's the reason it's gonna happen later, and also a bit of the lore. Which also I'm going to be buying engines in a weird order. Of course, I bought the order, the Horde Decision. Then I'm gonna buy the Montezuma, then the Eureka, then it's gonna go from there. Probably from there it's gonna be cheapest to most expensive. But yeah, we get this engine first. They have us to railroad. Also, that is also a railroad name. It's named after the engine and T. Voss, John T. Voss, of course. Legend. But yeah. So then we're gonna have that, but of course we're gonna need big power because it's cheap. And you know the railroad is still very small. We have tracks going from logging camp to sawmill depot. Not that big. It's also going to plan to do next episode. Get some lumber, to the oil fields. So I've actually never tested or ran on that, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, item then, of course, they need this. Montezuma isn't really that great, so they brought in, of course, the Eureka. They will develop that as, I'll leave that to be revealed. We have then buy the newest engine in town, or maybe it's like OpenTTD where companies, hey, we have a new locomotive, you want to try it out, we'll give you extra early access to do trials on your railroad, and in return you get a reduced price or get it for free or something. Of course it's not going to be free in game, but something along those lines, and that is why we're going to get Cook Mogul as motive. In reality, it has to do with how I'm going to name it, but shush. That'll be fun. And of course, just like all times that I've recorded this, I overshoot. We're just pulling for those breaks. Great. Okay, there you go. Now it's time to play Crane Clicking Simulator 1880. Yes, hello, I'm as I said, I'm a heist ripoff. And we can go and cut that out, of course, as we partake in some exciting gameplay. So I'm done participating in exciting gameplay. Alright, we are back. We're gonna change out the lights. I forgot to do last time. Waste a bunch of wood. And we're gonna go. Thank you, audio, for cutting out just as I'm whistling. I have learned the audio cutout issue is also in the actual recordings. That's fun. We'll strike once again to wagons as we move off. The north going to hit downhill, and the weight of the cars is coming behind us well. And now, beautiful. Well then, I'm gonna go and just speed up this next section. the sawmill, and I have learned how to do this kind of properly, so you no longer overshoot. You kind of learn how to do this after doing so many runs on in the original episode 3. After re-railing this mess, my pony truck and the front bogie on the car behind me were actually derailed. So it was kind of spicy going doing this route, but eventually they re-railed themselves by them no longer being derailed. You still need a little bit of this. I want to stop sort of properly. There you go. I think, yeah, that seems good. As long as the logs somehow touch the pool, it'll be fine. As you can see, there are a lot of logs now in the pool. 60. So we're past the halfway point. I think, yeah, last we had 38, so like 2 more runs, and the sawmill will be full. You can also check your money, and look at that, we're almost at 2,000 didgeridoo doodles. What was that currency? No, I'm trying to do all the old switcheroo every time I say the currency. What will he say this time? Instrument? An instrument? An actual currency of size? Or just made up gobbledygook? But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Perhaps, I might do a few more runs on my own, or and buy the lumber cars and do the lumber runs already for them. I might do that actually, because, you know, getting full in terms of log capacity. And what I want to do is I want to go and do lumber runs while Jory does logging runs. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna go and buy some new cars. And yeah, there. It's a shorter episode because I'm not as good entertaining an audience on as if there's somebody else who can just carry me. I mean, as you can tell by Ock Island's during the sped up section. I might just mute and music over. Whatever. So yeah, there you go. A shorter episode of Railroads Online, but an episode nonetheless. So yeah, next time we'll get some news over on the other the game for me to walk under this slide. It does, cool. So yeah, we're gonna get not these, we're not gonna get these planks, but we're gonna get these boys and then transport them from where we are now all the way down to the field. And for the first time ever, we're gonna go on those and see how well they do, so that'll be fun and exciting on the next episode of Railroads Online. Yeah, that's all. You know the story. Subscribe, yada yada yada. Give me your social security numbers. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. And look at something. Look at the fire while we wait for the video to end. God, I love recording for end screens. Alright.